Now from WMAR-2 News, Maryland's most accurate forecast.
Well, good evening, everyone. We are continuing to track our monster of a storm out here in Maryland, bringing heavy rain and, of course, very gusty winds. This is an area that we're going to have to keep an eye on this evening. I know it's getting dark out there, but out in Havre de Grace, some of our coastal communities where we could start to see some flooding out there. Already seeing that water start to rise, especially as we get close to high tide. And we're also taking a look out at the roads at our Jeep right now that's driving right now to Sparrows Point. You can see the windshield wipers going, the roads, of course, glistening due to the water out there. We are getting reports of road closures all across the state, and almost right now our current total is 16,000 customers throughout the state of Maryland that are not seeing power. The most right now in St. Mary's County, but we could see that increase into our neck of the woods as we get into the rest of the evening. But of course, we are tracking just very wet conditions, and we have some alerts right now going up in Maryland. We do have a flood warning up for portions of northern Anne Arundel, Howard County, all of Baltimore City, and southern Baltimore County. We could pick up on 2 to 3 inches of rain in some locations. We also have some high wind warnings. You see this darker color, almost mustard-like. That's out for, of course, right along the coast. We just get strong southerly flow. We could pick up to almost 60-mile-per-hour winds. Already getting gusts up to 45 in the Inner Harbor right now. That rain and wind combo is just downright ugly out there. Temperatures also in the mid-50s, so it's pretty mild, so to speak. 56 in the Inner Harbor, 55 out in Annapolis. Temperatures are actually going to increase as we get into the rest of the evening because that southerly flow just comes over us, and then the cold front's going to knock us right on out. But wind gusts, of course, what we're talking about. Right now, the highest gust, 44 miles per hour in the Inner Harbor, 43 in Annapolis. The eastern shores are the area that we're going to really keep an eye on. That's likely where we see the highest gusts, and right along the bay, because that's where we could see some power outages, some trees, getting some limbs down. And of course, I hope you got anything out of your yard that might be loose out of the way. We are seeing heavy rainfall continue on radar. I mean, you see that red yellow color. It's just continuing to come on down. And we'll see as we get into the evening, eventually it moves out of the way. Look, by 11 o'clock, we should start to look significantly better out there. Temperatures are going to fall into your Wednesday. Look, starting off the day back to the 40s and 30s. So winter makes its return as we finally dry back on out again. We'll see that into the rest of your Wednesday as well. Thursday also looking pretty dry. So at least that's what we can look forward to. But we should pick up when this system's all said and done. Some areas, like we mentioned, 2 to almost 3 inches, maybe even 4 inches of rain. That barrier that we're watching, not the barrier necessarily, but that bullseye right along 95 in northeastern Maryland. And you can even see on the 7-day forecast, we are just in the beginning of a very active pattern, ladies and gentlemen. Friday into Saturday, the next chance of rain and potentially a wintry system into next week.
All right, Alec.